grass from here. We are putting here. Initially, we just want to measure the ones that we're going to put here. When we put it here, we'll also have to put a bit of some water before we start covering it with some soil. Okay, so we're just getting a handful. We're going to make a heap water here. What we are trying to do here is we are trying to make decomposed soil, the soil that we usually use for our garden, okay, including the plants that we are growing and the potatoes that we are going to grow. So we are going to make a decompost of soil here. You can do this at home. This is purely organic. Why we are doing this is because what we want to plant, we want to plant them in an organic way.
It's important to understand the importance of having the dried grass in our process of making the compost. You know, dried grass are an excellent source of carbon. So initially they generate some carbon in this compost of ours, and carbon rich material often referred as browns, you know, they help the right carbon nitrogen ratio in the compost. So usually it's, I think, around 25 to 30 parts carbon to 1 part nitrogen. So of course you understand that we are putting the chicken manure as well in this, so we need to create a certain balance as we bring in this carbon into the compost. The balance is essential because it encourages the optimal function of microorganisms responsible for the decomposition.
We are putting a bit of chicken manure. We don't have enough, just have some few wheelbarrows. Okay. So we're going to put some chicken manure, and thereafter we'll put water as well.
Okay. So the dried grass usually it promotes also aeration, because when you do the peel is not compacted. It has got those grass spaces which allows the air to enter into the peel. So their fibrous structure allow air to circulate, preventing the peel from becoming too compacted, which can impede decomposition. So if the peel is compacted a lot, it can impede decomposition. Proper aeration ensures that the compost microorganism have access to oxygen, and they need that oxygen to thrive and break down the organic matter. That's the whole reason. So the grass is very essential, and it will help us into making this compost. So we've been adding water to this peel. It's important that we have water, because water maintains the moisture levels. Adequate moisture is essential for the activity of the microorganism responsible for breaking down the organic matter into the compost peel. So the moisture is very important that is maintained, and that's why we are putting water in this our process of making the compost. And then water also regulates temperature. Water helps regulate the internal temperature of the compost. During decomposition process, the microorganism, they generate heat as they break down the organic matter. So proper moisture content helps distribute this heat evenly throughout the peel, preventing it from becoming too hot or too cold. And also, like I said earlier on, it enhances the aeration as well. The proper moisture content aids in the aeration by creating air spaces in the peel, which is important because this aids the oxygen to penetrate, and the oxygen is vital for aerobic composition, where beneficial bacteria break down the organic matter efficiently, which is very important. And also acceleration in decomposition. Water promotes the breakdown of organic materials.
Go. Okay, so now we are going, instead of putting the grass alone, we're going to put the leaves as well. Okay, these are, leaves that are falling from the trees, which you can easily access. If you have a tree like here, we have a lot of trees, so we just get the leaves from the tree and we're going to put on this next level. Okay, so for the first level we had put grass, then we had put a bit of some chicken manure, then now we're going to put the leaves. Okay, cool.
When you are making this peel, it's important that you water it, because it helps in all these that I've mentioned, among them, which is nutrient retention, acceleration of decomposition, aeration enhancement, temperature regulation, maintaining moisture levels. They are very important in this process of making the compost.
So as you are doing this, at least you need to have either a bucket of water or a hose pipe, like the way we are doing. This helps to decompose the grass and the leaves.
So the dried leaves are often referred as fallen leaves. The leaves that fall off the trees are another critical source of carbon that we are just trying to, put to this peel. Over they also just contribute carbon balance, serving as a counterbalance to the nitrogen that we're going to put. The nitrogen is found in the chicken manure that we are adding to this peel. The fibrous structure of the leaves is similar to the dried grass, aiding in the aeration, preventing of the compaction. So it's just a way of just adding another variety of the carbon to the compost. It's just the same as that of the dried leaves. So the work of the grass and of the leaves are almost just the same. Chicken manure is an important part to this process that we are trying to do of making the compost, because it's an ingredient in composting due to its high nitrogen content. Nitrogen is an essential element for the growth of plants, and chicken manure provides it in abundance. Apart from the nitrogen that is in the chicken manure, we also find there phosphorus and potassium, making it a valuable addition to the compost. We add the chicken manure to the compost peel. The nitrogen rich manure serves as a source of protein for microorganisms, primarily the bacteria that break down the organic matter. These microorganisms help accelerate the decomposition process by converting the carbon-rich material into simpler compound, which is crucial for creating nutrients-rich compost. And so that's the more reason that so the fresh one, they are a bit harmful because they've got a high content of ammonia. But in the process of doing the composition to the compost, that's the whole reason that we're doing all this. It's that some of the ammonium content are broken down into something essential like the nitrogen and the phosphorus that we need.
Okay, so we continue covering the leaves. Okay, so if you've seen, our manure tank is going up like this, and then we continue putting the water, and now we've covered the leaves. This was a different layer. Now after this, after we finish covering, we're going to put the grass. Okay? Heap is done. Okay, so we put like how many layers? The first layer was the grass, then the leaves, the grass, then the chicken manure, then we had the leaves, chicken manure, grass, chicken manure. That's how the heap is made. So the next thing is just to wait for 21 days. Actually, if you want to test if anything is happening, after probably 14 days or a week, you can get an iron bar insert inside, wait for about 10 minutes, and then when you pull it out, it should be hot. It means that the decomposition is taking place inside. Okay, so this is how you do your own soil for your polypacks, for your plants, and also we want to put now in the potato sacks. Okay, so imagine all that time that we started probably around 16, and this is now 17. That's when we are, I mean, it's 19 hours now. Is it 19? 18. So until next time, TOURziafote.